Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to do some maths today. Now we're going to look at some multiplication. I know you guys already are pretty darn good on multiplication, but we're going to extend that just a little bit. Now already you guys know about single digit by double digit multiplication. I'll give you an example of that. So on my whiteboard right behind me, I'm going to try and write 42 times, let's go with 8. Now you guys should already know how to do this. So first of all, we've got to do this section here, the 2 by 8. So we'll put our line down, and we're looking at the units column at the moment. Now, of course, 2 by 8 is 16. So we put down the 6 down here, and we carry the 1, because that 1 is now, well, it was 10 ones, now it's 110, because it's in the tens column now. Of course, the next step is we go 4 times 8. And 4 times 8, well, 2 times 8 is 16. 16 plus 16 is 32, so that must be 32. Plus that 1, because that's 110 now. So we've got 32, 33. So we put down the 3, and we're going to carry that 3, except it's got nothing to stick to, so it automatically just falls down there anyway. So we've got 336. Now, you can check that in a calculator if you'd like to check my maths there, and that's perfectly all right. Let's just do one more, just so we've got the hang of it. And we've got, say, well, let's go for a 3-digit number. 247 times, well, let's go with 9. I don't know about you, but I don't really know my 247 times tables. Of course, we're going to start with this one here, the 7 times 9. Put our line down. 7 times 9. Oh, well, okay, we can use the finger trick for the 9s, but I know that that's 63, so we put down the 3, and we carry the 6. We put the 6 up there because it was 60 ones, and now it's 6 tens. So now we go 4 times 9. 4 times 9, of course, is 36, plus that 6 up the top there. We've got to add on that 6. So 36 plus 6 is 42. 42, we put down the 2, and we carry the 4. Now, our next step is 2 times 9. 2 times 9, easy peasy, 18. 18 plus that 4 up there is 22. So there we go. 247 times 9 is 2,223. Now what we're going to do is we'll get our eraser out and we'll erase the whole thing. And we're now going to do double digit by double digit multiplication. It's a little trickier, but you'll get it. I'm going to write up here, let's go 33 times, well, we've got to pick a 2-digit number. So let's just start lower and let's go with 14. Now, make sure you follow this through, because as long as you follow the formula, you'll be able to do it really quite easily. We're going to put our line down here. Now, the first thing is, we know that this is the ones column or the units column. This is the tens column. Now, the first step, same thing. 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So I put down the 2 and I carry the 1. Now the next step is exactly the same. We go 3 times 4 that way. 3 times 4 is, 12 again, plus that 1 up the top is 13. So I put down the 3 and of course the 1 just drops down as well. Now we are now finished with that 4. We've done that 4. We've multiplied that 4 by 33. In fact, we've done the equation 33 times 4. So we don't need that 4 anymore. What I like to do is I sometimes put a cross through it and then a little circle, and that circle reminds me to do something else. Now I'm going to draw a line there, and because that circle reminded me to put a 0 down there. Now that 0 down there means that we're no longer working in the units column, we're working in the tens column. We don't need this column anymore, we're now over here. So we're actually doing the equation 10 times 33. But let's do it exactly the same way as we would when we're doing multiplication in the units column. So let's go with 1 times 3. 1 times 3 is 3. Notice how it's gone here in the tens column and not in the units column. Now that's because we're working in the tens column now. We're finished with the units column. And of course our next one is 1 times 3, which, well, that's 3 again. Now notice how we've got this 1 up here. What I should have done before is I should have just crossed that out because we're finished with that one. That was from before. We don't want to get confused. So we've got 1 times 3, which of course is 3. Now notice how when I write it, it's going to have to be here because we're one column ahead of ourselves. So we've got 3. So if we look at this, we've got the 4. 4 times 33 was 132. And now we've got 10 times 33, which was 330. So we've basically split this multiplication into 2 smaller, more easy to use multiplications. All we need to do now, that's not a very straight line, but that's all right. What we're going to do now is we are going to add these 2 numbers together. And we've got 2 plus 0. Well, if my maths is correct, and it really should be with this one, that equals 2. And the next one, we've got 3 plus 3. Of course, 3 plus 3 is 6. And 1 plus 3 is 4. So if you want to know what 33 times 14 is, you'll end up with the answer 462. So now, just to make sure that you guys have it, let's do another one. Let's go with a 3-digit number. Let's go with 286 times, let's choose something a bit higher than last time. Let's go with 47. Now the first step is we do 6 times 7. Now 6 times 7, well I know that 5 times 7 is 35, plus the extra 7 because it's now 6 times at 42. So I'm going to put down the 2 and carry the 4. Make it look like a 4. Now we do 8 times 7, 7 eighths. I like 7 eighths, it's 56, I know that. 56 plus that 4 is 60. So I put down the 0 and carry the 6. Our next step is 2 times 7. 2 times 7, of course, is 14, plus that 6 there is 20. So I put down the 0, I go to carry the 2, but there's no more numbers there, so it just falls down. 2002. So what we've done just there is we've gone, well, 286 times 7 is 2002. What we need to do now is we're finished with that 7. So that reminds me that I need to put a line and a 0 because we're now finished in the units column, we're now in the tens column. So our first step is we're not looking at this one, we're now looking at this 4. So we've got 4 times 6. 4 times 6, well 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 6 is 24. Put down the 4. And I'm going to carry the 2, but what I need to do first is I'm just going to cross out these 2 numbers here because I'm finished with them. And if I don't cross them out, I'm probably going to make a mistake and start counting them again. So we had 4 times 6, which was 24. I put down the 4, and I'm going to carry the 2. Our next step here is we've got 4 times 8. Well, 4 times 8 is 32, plus that 2 is 34. So I'm going to put down the 4 and carry the 3. Now, our next step is 4 times 2. Well, 4 times 2 is 8, but 8 plus that 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I put down the 11. And of course, I'm going to add those up because our first equation, this one here, was 7 times 286, and this one here is 40 times 286, and that's our answer for that. So, 2 plus 0 is 2. 4 plus 0, 4. 4 plus 0, or 0 plus 4, 4, 2 plus 1, 3, 1 plus, well, nothing, 1. So our answer for that is 13,442. So that, guys, is double-digit multiplication. It's really important that we know that, but the thing is we can't do double-digit multiplication if we don't know our times tables. So make sure you're practicing your times tables. There's lots and lots of songs for practicing your times tables, and I know they're a bit daggy sometimes. They're actually a bit of fun, and they help you learn your times tables. I might even put a couple of links in the description. Maybe, can't promise that. There's also iPad apps, iPhone apps that you can use, and of course the old-fashioned way of having a poster in your room or the bathroom or the kitchen or wherever you're going to spend lots of time, and make sure you practice. Practice makes better. If you practice your times tables, I guarantee you will get better at them. You won't be perfect, but you will be better. Anyway, guys, that's it for today, but make sure you re-watch this video to make sure you know how to do multiplication by 2-digit and 2-digit numbers, or even 3-digit and 2-digit numbers. And if you want to extend yourself, if you want to do 3-digit by 3-digit, then all you need to do is put another 0 down for the next bit. But that's all right, we'll cover that another day. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.